This is a book review. The Path Between the Seas is not really a book review. I DNF'd it. I was just not interested. It did not hold my interest. It did not make me become interested. So I DNF'd it. I don't know if David McCullough is just not for me because I tried to read The Bridge and I DNF'd it too. I've been told that once I get to his biographies, I will like them. So we'll see. I hope so because I have 5 of his books. Next, I finished this, which was really good. It started off with a lot of history of the Comanches, the Indians, the Mexicans, Texas, and all that before it actually gets into the story of Kuana. His mother was captured by the Comanches and her family killed when she was 9. She acclimated to the Comanche world, married a chief, had 3 children. The oldest was Kuana, and then she was recaptured when he was 12 years old and he never saw her again. He missed her all of his life and it affected him greatly. And then later on in life, he searched for her and found out that she had died and located her grave and moved her close to him. And then he died 3 months later and was buried next to her. She never reacclimated to the white world, and she committed suicide by starving herself to death 3 years after she was recaptured by the whites. His father was killed on the day she was recaptured, and he was kind of shunned by the tribe because he was half white, half Comanche, and so he pretty much had to make it on his own. But he became a fierce warrior, and he was described as a magnificent warrior and magnificent in his looks. He was apparently very striking, and he had inherited his mother's sky blue eyes. And he was very muscular and a great warrior. He led the Comanches against the whites, but he finally realized that you're just going to have to live in the white world. So he led his people to the reservation where he became a prominent person in the white world. He became pretty much a legislator, and he traveled to Washington and raised cattle and became very, very wealthy. He had many wives. He adopted 3 white children. He even appeared in a movie called The Bank Robbery and just led a fascinating life. The Texas Ranger that hunted him down became a close friend. He was a friend of Theodore Roosevelt. He was a friend of many prominent whites. They would visit his home, stay with him. He took care of many people and cared about the Comanche as well as the white. He knew the future of the Indian was living in the white world. He is remembered, and he should be remembered. He was a very interesting guy, and this was my second reread of this, and everyone should read it. It's just a good book. I gave it 4 stars. I would have given it 5 if it had been a little more about him, but I'm sure there's not much written about him as far as history wise, and so that was why I gave it a 4. But it was excellent, and he was just a fascinating guy. Thanks for listening. Bye.